we're here the day after the fight with Jaron Boots Ennis in Matchroom and Eddie Hearn in Philadelphia. He scores a first round, KO stoppage. I mean, what's your thoughts? What's your first initial reaction to the stoppage?
That's what it was supposed to be. That's we talked about it yesterday. I said he better. I mean, that's what he's supposed to do. He did what he was supposed to do.
Um, Eddie Hearn says, and the interview says that you guys will be impressed. He's this guy is tough. It didn't look like he was in there to win. He looked a little nervous. What would you have to say?
I mean, you can take a guy. I told you the guy didn't even have no amateur experience. So you could take a guy with more experience than Lima, take him outside of his country, and he would still be nervous. So with the lack of experience that Lima got, I mean, it was to be expected. His face was he was. I mean, that's from the beginning. Even from the stare down to me. Yeah, nah. He was. I mean, he was nervous. Like Boost told him. Boost said, "You think this, you think that, but when you get in front of these people, it's gonna be totally different." You know what I'm saying? When you're in different countries, such as Japan, such as they're not like us. But Americans are assholes. I told you that when we came back from Japan, everybody was disrespectful. You can read the comments. There's nothing but respect. But the way America treat them, motherfuckers, yeah, we're gonna light you up. So it's a different type of energy. That was the man's 16th time ever stepping in the ring in 14 years. He took up boxing at 18 years old, and that was his 16th time ever stepping in the ring. I mean, I don't think anybody expected any different. But I mean,
I'm,
he did exactly what he was supposed to do.
I mean, obviously, when it comes down to the matchmaking per se, um, there's obviously lots of talks of other guys that could have been in there. You tell me. I mean, is that a killer for the people that went to the event?
Yeah, it's like if you can take it on the Mike Tyson effect. You can take it on the Mike Tyson effect. I just told you yesterday it was exactly what it was. I can't predict the future. Even going back to when the fight was taking so long to get made, I said he's looking for the perfect fighter. I did interviews everywhere. I said he's looking for the perfect fighter right there in front of him to make him look dominant, to make him look extraordinary. He had to do that. And that's what I said. I mean, I'm on record as saying all of this. So I mean, people they like to say I'm hating, but I can't tell you the future. But the future, my future, or what I say, I always seem to come true. So anyway, I mean, again, the guy was what he was. It was there to make him look dominant. But here's the thing about it though. It didn't move the needle for anybody except the fans that already was on board. That's the only people that it moved the needle for. It didn't move the needle for nobody else because the rest of the people are really extra mad.
I mean, in the same token, Eddie Hearn very happy about the result. Obviously, did a little video towards Oscar De La Hoya, letting him know this guy's the best. Jumping for joy, but in the same time, do you feel like the Virgil Ortiz is gonna be next? I mean, yeah, just listening to them, we're hearing that they want the titles, but what do you think?
I think that was embarrassing. I think that was the embarrassing part. He did exactly what he was supposed to do. I think Bozy handled himself the best out of the whole group. The way Bozy acted, no excitement, no emotions. He didn't expect anything different. Bozy was my son that he went out there and did what he was supposed to do. So I think Bozy in that situation handled it better than anybody. All the rest of them, even Boots jumping up and down and acting all excited about it, that was that's what made it worse. That's what's gonna make it bad for the people. It's like, come on, man, you said you needed a tune up. That's not a tune up. Matter of fact, shout out to Damian James, I think. He hit me in my first of all, I gotta say this. So people be wanting to hear me speak. I've been getting caught. Even when I try to bridge in, I just told you my phone won't stop buzzing, binging, like but shout out to my man. My man said that wasn't no tune up, that was an oil change.
So yeah, tune ups. You want to go a couple rounds, You want to get a good opponent so that way you can
Yeah,
get acclimated to the weight
yes,
class.
yes,
I
yes.
mean, even hearing Lema say, I can make 147 pounds too, and Boots obviously acknowledging that he was the bigger man. I mean, what do you think? Do you feel like he was the bigger man? And is that what I know you said it don't move the needle, but what does it do?
I the only thing I think that happened yesterday was it made it the excitement that him and Eddie is showing after the fight.
Yeah.
I think that's the only thing that did anything to some people is gonna really upset them. Like what the freak are you doing? We trying to, you know what I'm saying? You jumping up and down about that. We trying to get fights and you excited about that. We not excited about that. You know what I mean? Like you just said, he sent a message to Oscar De La Hoya. They reached back out, and you see they send they sent the message back. Him and DeBella Entertainment, whatever. So that's not impressing nobody, man. That's not impressing nobody. It was bad. I think the only thing or whatever else, and y'all welcome. Y'all are welcome. The only thing is, and this came directly from me, is now he's calling out other names. Now he's gonna have to stand on it. Y'all are welcome. The fans, the haters, the supporters, whatever you want to be, you welcome. You
Mm.
feel what I'm saying? I'm trying to bring out the best in the man. No, again, nobody ever said that he not a good talent. Nobody ever said he was sorry. Nobody ever said any of that. You feel what I'm saying? All the other people are saying is that they just want to see it. They just want to see him fight. So for me to talk all the trash I talk out here, whatever else, you're welcome. I got him to sit here and call names. So now there's no there's no reason, there's no nothing. You know what Turkey coming with?
What's he coming with?
He come with Michael. I told you in another interview. You gotta think what Eddie. Eddie is excited because he just appealed to Turkey. He just appealed to Turkey. You feel what I'm saying? So when you come to appeal to Turkey, that's why I told you he gonna sell him off. People, I don't think people understand how much less work that he got to do when he did with Turkey. That's why he said he would talk to your excellency. He has his own promotional company, but he's always talking about your excellency. Let's go to him and see what he said because it's free money. It's free money. It's like me. It's like I got a product over here that I know them guys over there need. So I'm gonna buy up this product over here and I'm gonna present it to these guys over here, and I'm gonna get my cut in the middle. This is not even hard, bro. It's like selling dope. You know what I'm saying? It's like selling dope going straight to the plug versus going, you know what I'm saying? To the weight man. You gonna go to the weight man or you gonna go to the plug? You going to the source. You feel me? So I mean that's what it is, man. So Eddie is gonna win. Eddie's gonna win either way. It ain't worry about the rest of that. He want to sell the fights to Turkey Al-Sheikh. Turkey Al-Sheikh was the one trying to make the Virgil fight. So I think he's definitely gonna be involved in that deal. So that way Eddie don't have to spend any money. All Eddie got to do is collect the check. That's all he got to do.
I even heard Eddie in an interview saying that Turkey would he could have did the Brian Norman and Boots fight. So you could clearly say that there was a certain amount of money that Matchroom wants to throw for fights, and you see that Eddie has he's kind of like his bank could be Turkey Al-Sheikh if Turkey Al-Sheikh approves on some of these certain matchups.
Right,
So
absolutely.
yeah, you can see that. Key pointer that you said thank you to the public. Um, he had no names to mention. Crawford, nobody. After the fight, you're right. All the names got mentioned. Even Charlo, right? Charlo got mentioned, which I don't know how the public would want to like perceive it due to the fact of such a layoff. And I know he was the former undisputed champion at once upon a time, but then also in a clip, some content there in the locker room with Eddie Hearn. He says, "We're gonna unify at 154, hopefully undisputed. Go to 160 and take care of that other guy, if he's still around." Talk to me about that promo clip per se, and does it? And then Eddie, and then also Jaron Ennis, agreeing, saying kind of like, yeah. They're all in the way. What's your reaction?
I don't have no reaction to that. Like I said, the people. I mean, you speaking about greatness when you haven't even in this level. I'm sorry. On this like 147, he was able to unify with Stanionis, so that was the good thing that he did or whatever. But you're speaking about greatness at 154 when in the fans' eyes you haven't even done good at 154. We haven't even like again. Jaleel Hackett came out and said that he was the one that was looking at Lima. And Matchroom Eddie Hearn said that Lima does nothing in his career. So how does Lima does nothing for Jaleel Hackett's career with only 9 fights at the time, but he does something for Jaron in his career with 34 fights at the time? It don't make sense. It don't add up. You know what I'm saying?
Then at the end, he says, I'm going on tour now. When you hear that, tell me, obviously leaving Philadelphia, but what do you get out of that knowing that he's signed to Matchroom?
I get that he's lying, and I also get that if he does go on tour, you're welcome again. Because that's another thing I've been saying. Again, I've been telling y'all he ain't went nowhere. He won't go nowhere. He won't leave. So I want him to shut me up personally. You feel what I'm saying? I want him to come shut me up personally. I mean that's good for boxing. I'm a boxing fan in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? It's clear that him and my son ain't gonna fight. It's clear that they don't even want that. They not even he like even now he ain't talking trash. He never did. He ain't gonna say nothing about my boy. You feel what I'm saying? At all. He ain't gonna say nothing about me or my boy. You feel what I'm saying? At all. And you already got people talking about him moving up to 160. So it's already clear what they're gonna do. That fight probably ain't gonna never happen. He just gonna keep going the other way. You feel what I'm saying? So I have no reason. So now as a boxing fan, we all want to see it. We want to see him do what he said he's gonna do. That's it.
I mean, he did mention that this was gonna be, that Lemas was gonna be a tough fight. Watch, we're gonna talk about this fight after the fight. You're gonna tell, it didn't age well. So I mean, do you feel like he needs to do the right thing for Jaron Ennis? I mean, they asked him a few times, if it's not a title holder, who would it be?
Right.
Um, Eddie Hearn, answered the question for him. But you tell me, do you feel like if they don't get a title, shot, what would it be?
I feel like they're about to be shocked because I feel like Turkey Al-Sheikh look out for his guys. I think Bakram is a Muslim, right?
I'm not sure.
I think he is. So if Bakram is a Muslim, I know Turkey Al-Sheikh look out for his guys, whether it be Devin Haney, whether it be Hamza Shiraz. You feel what I'm saying? Abdullah Mason. I mean, he's going to look out for his, again, like people tend to look out for their people. So I think the next fight you're gonna see Turkey Al-Sheikh saying, whether it be behind the scenes or in front of the scenes, is gonna be Bakram or Maratali is. He still don't have a fight. Bakram still don't have a fight. So I think that's what Eddie going. I mean not Eddie. I think that's what what's the name gonna come with next. And
Eddie,
it ain't gonna be in Vegas, and it ain't gonna be in Philly. It's gonna be in Riyadh season, probably on the February card.
I put that in my video the other earlier today too. Is like, where would that be? As far as these fights coming up, and I thought Rihad, especially with the Bakram fight. But tell me, is that looking at Bakram? Do you feel like he's that top level guy, and do you feel like they would perceive to go that direction, knowing that he has a an aura of being the boogeyman at 54?
I was about to say, I think Bakram is the Brian Norman of 147 at 154. Because when you got that power, it's not about skills no more. It's about damage and hurt that this person can do to you. It's about damage and hurt you've seen this person do to somebody else. You feel what I'm saying? We saw him do it to Tim Zoo or whatever else, who wasn't the best opponent, but it was a very that was a statement. The punches that he landed and the way he put him down, that was a statement what Bakram did to Tim Zoo. You understand what I'm saying? And that would have been no matter who the opponent was. Like he did it in a vicious way. That was a vicious manner of how he beat that man. It was vicious, and the look Tim Zoo had on his face, like all of that just played into the theatrics of who Bakram could be. we don't know how good Bakram is, but he will get all the credit in the world from everybody if he go take on a monster, like Bakram Maratalia. He will get all the credit for that. So I think Bakram is gonna be the one. Bakram is gonna be the one that Turkey come with, and Bakram is gonna be the one that's offered. Whether they admit that in plain sight without taking it or not, that's probably gonna be something that don't get took and then you'll hear a whole bunch of hoopla about later on.